Right. Can we skip that? I was like, okay, then. Hear me out. Okay. And that cool. They're cool. We want to know who cares is them for? The whole girlfriend boyfriend stage is way too loose and wiggly for me. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to Doing Right by You. I'm your host, Jubilee. If you were watching episode 1, then you guys know that I talked about my hand being sprained. Update on my hand: it is doing well, it's healing properly. I am finally able to do this, y'all. I was not able to do this with my fist for like 2 weeks, but no, I am recovering nicely, and it's nice to have my hand back. I will be talking about some hot topics today, and I'll also be talking about something that I have like um, a goal of mine that I've set for myself that may be unrealistic for others. But for today's reflection, we're going to get into the Michael movie. Yes, y'all, the Michael Jackson movie. Have y'all watched the movie? Because it was so good. Like, I literally rated a 10 out of 10. I did go with my sister and my little cousin, and y'all, tell me why during the movie, as soon as they debut the nephew on screen, my little sister come up and say she got to go to the restroom. I don't play that. I was irritated. I'm like, oh my God, now I know for a fact I have to come back and watch this movie alone, because I didn't even know people could have a bladder while watching a movie. I thought that the bladder just magically goes away. What do you mean you have to go to the restroom? This is where we're right at the good part. I'm gonna miss it, and I have to come back, and I can't get this experience at home. First, my little sister, then my little cousin. They both had to go to the restroom, and I had to bring them. So I'm like, y'all. Nonetheless, I feel like his nephew, Jafar Jackson, did an amazing job um, playing Michael. The dance moves were on point, the looks were on point. He actually looked like Michael Jackson, in my opinion. The voice was like soft. He was very soft spoken. Yeah, I feel like everyone did an amazing job with the acting, and I really do think that the movie captured his essence well, as far as like him working hard, him being a light-hearted person with a character of integrity, and him, like, I feel like they really captured Michael and how he is as a person. I loved the depiction of the animals and the Peter Pan in the movie. I think it really captured his childlike spirit and his childlike personality that he had. I did not know he had a pet monkey. Like, chill. Not only did he have a monkey, he had a whole giraffe. Like, that's so dope. Like, you having a pet giraffe and a monkey in the 1900s at your house. They not even in the zoo. They not on the farm. He talking about these ain't his pets. These his friends. This his family. Y'all, they at the house with the Jacksons. Like, excuse me. Is that not fire? You have animals, live animals, in amusement park rides at your house. That's iconic. If you did not have a Michael Jackson phase growing up, are you even American? I feel like if you have some type of like artist bone in your body, creative bone in your body, then you appreciated Michael Jackson's work. Like, first of all, his voice was amazing. His music is super groovy. Um, and not to mention, he's handsome. He's very, 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 very handsome. I personally think he was his most handsome, definitely during Bad. he was T. He was T. With his little Jerry curl, he would have had me, baby. He would have had me. I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. But yes, I think the thing that I admire the most about Michael is the fact that despite being abused and having his childhood taken away from him, he was still very much so a kind person, a caring person, someone loving, and he didn't let what happened to him affect his goal. I feel like he had a goal and he had a will. He had something that he was put on earth to do, and he did it. He didn't let Nathan stop him. He didn't let his brother leaving the group stop him. He didn't let his dad being abusive stop him. He didn't let his hair being burnt off and him almost dying stop him. He didn't let the media and their antics, their negative antics stop him. He simply gave us his art. And I feel like one of the things that humans are put on the earth to do is create. Like we were made to create. We're creative beings. So I think that he definitely succeeded in that aspect. So after I watched the Michael movie, I went to go watch his interview that he had did with Oprah. He was about 34, 35 years old. Literally everyone in the world was tuning into that Oprah interview. And she started off by saying, "Are you nervous?" Because mind you, she said that because she was nervous. He like, "Girl, I am not nervous." And I just, after watching that interview, you can tell when someone is deceitful, when they have not the best heart. You can tell when someone is not genuine. You can tell when someone is inauthentic. You can tell when someone is faking something. You can tell when someone is being deceitful. And Michael Jackson never gave that energy. He always exuded authenticity, realness, lightheartedness, and just there's this softness around him. And I feel like that interview displayed his kind, sweet, gentle spirit in a way. They called it, when I was watching the video, they had called it the tabloids. Literally nobody uses that word anymore. It's just like the news or like social media. The tabloids were chewing him up, chewing him up. He was like, "That's all false. That's ridiculous. That's ignorant." And I just thought that was just so innocent. Like you could just see the innocence in him. And I really admired how he did not let all of those negative narratives in the tabloids destroy his character, destroy his heart, or make him hide or anything like that. Like he came on the interview, he was like, "What's up? Who need that? Who said something? You said something? Who said something? Because we about to clear this shit. We about to put this shit on the table. We about to clear this shit up right now. Who need it?" No one can ever take away his art and his craft and his essence. They speak for themselves. Another thing that I appreciated about Michael was his outwardly appreciation that he had towards God. In the movie, they briefly talked about, and they said the name Jehovah. His mother said, "Jehovah has put this light in you, and don't let anything come between that. Don't let anything affect that. You use that light." And I really, really loved that depiction. And I really, really loved how they used his nephew to play him. I think that was super smart, and it just really felt real. It felt like, okay, we literally have Michael Jackson's blood in this movie. Like, this is the real deal. This ain't no fake. No faking. So, y'all, for Swamp today, we are going to get into, I guess you could call it a stipulation that I have, or like a goal. I don't know. So, everyone knows how the dating scene is these days. It's just simply whack. Okay? There's a lack of finding genuine people. Everyone feels like they have options. You can't really be too open about your interest in someone because that scares people away. Yada, yada, yada. It's so many things that's wrong with the dating community these days. So, something that I want for my relationship, and y'all, I told this to my sister a couple weeks ago. She was like, "Girl, you're crazy." We, as a society, y'all, we need to get rid of the girlfriend stage. Hear me out. When I think about dating someone for months, and then they approach me and ask me to be their girlfriend, mind you, this only applies to me personally and what I want, but I'm established, I'm a grown ass adult, and we're aligned and we're in love, and dating has been great, and we've worked through arguments, like we've been through the rifts and the rafts. I'm not talking about, hypothetically, right? I'm not talking about someone that I have been dating for a minimal amount of time. I'm talking about someone who I have been really getting to know, right? They approach me and they ask me to be their girlfriend. Can we skip that, please? Can we just skip it all together? Like, if you have gotten to know someone for months, right? And you are in love with this person and you see yourself being with this person enough to make them your girlfriend or your boyfriend, right? Why not get engaged? Why not put a ring on it? Because to me, when I think of, can you be my girlfriend? I think of, okay, you like me enough for me to be around, but you don't like me or love me enough for this to be forever. Now, I know how that may sound. Y'all are thinking, girl, that's a little unrealistic. You kind of have to go through the girlfriend phase to get to know someone, and that's the argument, right? People change, and people will put on a good impression when they first meet you, but when you really settle down, they show you a different person. Yada 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 yada. My whole thing is that's inevitable, right? If someone is cosplaying, they're eventually going to end up popping out and showing their face. So that's inevitable and unavoidable if you're a girlfriend, if you're a friend, if you're a fiance, if you're a wife. So my whole thing is, when I say make me your wife or make me your fiance and let's skip the girlfriend part, I'm not really talking about literally, but more so figuratively, in a sense that I need to feel chosen. I want my man to be sure of what he wants. I want intentionality. I want a man to want to be a husband, like I want to be a wife. I think that the whole girlfriend stage is can be replaced with dating. Let's date each other and let's only date each other, right? Once you have gotten to know me for those couple of months, once we have been through some things together, worked through some things, we figured out our communication, if our communications are compatible, if our personalities are compatible, you've really gotten to know me, right? You've really gotten to know a person. Why not seal the deal? Make it official. Put the ring on the hand. And when I say marriage and when I say fiance and wife, right, I'm specifically talking about a covenant. I'm not talking about a wedding. See, that's the things that get misconstrued. there's one person that's thinking, oh, you want someone to validate your relationship. You want to be shown off. You want to post the ring, post the dress. No, 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 no. That's where you're gonna get me mistaken. That's where you're gonna get me mistaken. It's never about showing off for no one. I have nothing to prove to nobody when it comes to my relationship. I don't have to. I am, y'all, I'm single right now. Single. Overly single. Overly. I can shout it to the top of my lungs. I don't care if everyone knows I'm single. I genuinely don't care. I've been single for 2 years. So when it comes to relationship status and having this, having that, I don't care about that. When I say I want to date someone and I want him to be sure of me and I want him to make me his fiance, let's skip the whole girlfriend boyfriend. It's more about security. It's more about knowing, okay, I we're the one for each other. It's more about being aligned, having a goal, meeting, being intentional in each other's lives. It's more about being the space versus taking up space. It's more about holding the space down versus taking it up. Does that make sense? Y'all gotta stay with me now. Y'all gotta stay with me. And I feel like the perspective that I do have on this is something that is super, super unworldly in a sense that this isn't normal. Of course, it's super, super normal for people to get together, become boyfriend and girlfriend, and then eventually they'll make it there, right? I am the exception. You can be the exception. If someone, right, mind you, this is also faith based as well. This is unworldly, like I said. The Bible says when a husband finds a wife, he finds a good thing. Let me ask y'all this question. If a man finds his wife, will he know straight away? Not in a sense of like love at first sight, but like when a man has gotten to know his wife, will he know? If he knows, what's really the point of being a girlfriend? I was having this conversation with someone, and when I had used the example of we'll date for months, and then after those months, boom, I want to be a fiance. They said that, okay, basically, babes, no matter which way you put it, those months of y'all dating, you were still a girlfriend. That's fine. Like I said before, when I say this, I'm not really talking about literally. Like, I love girlfriends. Being a girlfriend is super cool, super nice. It's amazing. It's romantic. It's love. It's I love romance. I'm not saying literally get rid of the girlfriend stage, nor am I saying I have a problem with being a girlfriend. That's fine. I'll be a freaking girlfriend. All I'm saying, if I'm gonna be a girlfriend, there needs to be a knowing that I'm gonna be a wife shortly after I've been made a girlfriend. I don't know, y'all. Are y'all still with me? And some people are gonna be like, girl, you're being unrealistic. You can think that. I genuinely, wholeheartedly feel like that can be in my cards. I feel like I can have that for my life. It doesn't really matter the time frame, less than a year. That, you feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna be their wife. I'm gonna be their wife. We don't need to be playing house. I don't want to play house. Where that ring at? Now, now think about this too, y'all. Let's say that this was actually a thing, right? Hypothetically, right? If we really eliminated the girlfriend phase and we have to be very logical about it. We can't be emotional. I think when you date someone and you have a good date, you think, oh, you may think they're the one and you choose them. But when I create this hypothetical, I am specifying that you guys are aligned, that y'all want the same things, that y'all have gotten to know each other and y'all are compatible, that you guys can meet each other's love languages. Like, it's really, really about alignment. Because, of course, you can meet someone, right? Because I know people are thinking this. They're like, well, you can meet someone and think they're the one, but they end up not being the one. First of all, you can call off an engagement. Just how you can break up with someone, you can call off an engagement, right or wrong. Let me know in a timely manner if I'm going to have that ring or not. Let me know. Know it. Even if you don't let me know it. If you don't know it, I don't got the time, baby. I don't got the time. You need to figure yourself out some more. Can you really figure yourself out with a mate? That's another conversation. And even with that, it's like, are we not constantly evolving and growing? So it's like, either you want to grow with this person and figure yourself out with this person, or you don't. And then also, the people that are thinking, girl, you're being unrealistic. Why can you date someone for months and then they establish a relationship, but you can't date someone for months and they don't show and declare full commitment to you? Because to me, and y'all, I'm disclaimer, right? My experiences with the relationship is very, very little. I experienced the whole girlfriend thing. I did not like it. I did not like it. It was cool until it wasn't. And after that, I decided for myself, I don't want to be it. I don't want to be a girlfriend again. I don't want to be a girlfriend again. The whole girlfriend and boyfriend stage is too optional. It's way too optional. Why do you have the option to leave up and leave me one day? No. If I've invested so much time, so much energy, so much effort, let's lock this thing in. Let's really go for it. Why is we playing games? Why is we prolonging the process? Let's lock this shit in, baby. Time is money. What Des Dior said in the song, tell me now. Tell me now. Right now. Tell me now. Tell me now. Do you gotta tell me now? Do you want this ring on my finger? Tell me now. Do you want a wedding ceremony? Tell me now. We don't have time. What is we spending 2, 3 years for being friends? Because do we not need a cure for the dating scene? Let's collectively decide no girlfriend, no boyfriend, date, get to know each other, marriage or not. If we ain't wife and husband, baby, let's let it go. Y'all take it, y'all holding up the line. Is y'all niggas not holding up the line? You're holding up the line. I don't want to be investing time and energy, and after months, I'm being, can you be my girlfriend? No. You holding up the line. As a girlfriend, there's still a line. But as a fiance and a wife, baby, it's just you. You feel me? Let me just make this very, very clear. I am so serious. So serious. I so think that that is possible for my life. Do I understand that that is not the normal? and that is just not what typically happens when it comes to relationships. Yes, I understand that. Do I still think it's possible? Absolutely. In this life, whatever you want, you can get it. No matter how statistically hard it is, how impossible statistically that it is, you can always, there's nothing, the sky is not the limit. They say the sky is the limit because the sky is, in theory, limitless. Is it not? The sky don't end. Do the sky end? It doesn't. So y'all think about that. Let me know if that is something that y'all think is achievable, because it definitely is. But let me know if y'all could see that curing the dating scene. I really want to reiterate the fact that it's not about validation or approval or um social media. It's not about views and clicks and any of that. This is just solely about security. It's about being aligned, and it's about being sure and intentional between your partner and you. Everything doesn't have to be about who will see it, but more so the feeling that you get when you share something outside of yourself. I hope that made sense. So, on that note, today, y'all, we're going to be singing Beyonce, Broken Hearted Girl. Now, you asked me why this was my favorite song at the ripe age of 14. I don't know. I had never even been in a relationship. But it's just something about that riff that she did in that song that I just could not stop singing. And now I'm at a place I thought I'd never be. Living in a world that's all about you and me. Yeah. Ain't gotta be afraid of my broken heart is free. Just spread my wings and fly away, away with you. Yeah, oh, I don't wanna be without you, baby. I don't want a broken heart. Don't wanna take a breath without you, baby. I don't wanna play that part. I know that I love you, but let me just say I don't wanna love you in no kind of way. No, no, I don't want a broken heart, and I don't want to play the broken hearted girl. No, no, no broken hearted girl. Thank you guys for watching today's episode. I will catch y'all in the next one. I'm more than ready. I was born for this. Actually, this is what I was born to do. I really hope that made sense. And that, like, I hope that was cohesive.